Hey folks, Quill18 here, and welcome to another episode of The Art of Sweden, where we play EU4, Art of War, as Sweden. We've got control of all of Great Britain. Scotland is our vassal, Tyrone's our vassal. We've got this. There's just a teeny little part of South England that is not yet ours, but soon it will be. I'm going to go ahead and grab a military advisor, like the military points for one. Oldenburg left a coalition against us. Good. A few others will. We are doing the better relations over time. So a few of these coalitions will melt away here. We're taking a little bit of a breather, just to let our manpower and our treasury recover. I'm gonna go ahead and drop this a little bit further. We're not fully reinforced right now, but that'll almost get us there. And yeah, I think that's what we'll have to do. Russia is semi-vulnerable right now. They're actually in a war. Hang on. Let's say Russia's semi-vulnerable right now because they have no real allies. But they are in a war, which is going to distract them. They have a fair amount of manpower. And we're going to winter. Hold on. Let's wait until like February, and then we'll declare. We'll get a few more ticks of manpower. We'll get a little bit more money. That'll be fine. I guess now might be the time to raise the army maintenance anyway. We'll wait until it's maxed out. We're still making money even at full maintenance. Of course, we don't have a full military, as is. War exhaustion. Still a little bit left over from the last one. Sure, Kazan, you can have access through me. I don't think it'll be relevant. But yeah, if we can finally take Olonets, maybe Novgorod, which is a nice place, 7 base stacks, very sexy. And the nice thing is, Moscow is not very far away from our territory. It's not going to take us very long to get to their capital, which really ratchets up the war exhaustion pretty dramatically. I'm not going to invest in my my religious ideas. I'm going to save my admin points, possibly for coring some Russian bits, but really I do want to tech up to get our 4th idea, so we're still a couple of tech levels away from that. The next tech level is pretty good too. The plus 10 production efficiency is nice. I might start building some other stuff. Here's one thing, if I had more money, it would not be a hardship to make sure we had all our barracks up. Oh, if I wait a little bit longer. So this won't be a way... Oh, all the Russian troops just hanging around. Let's move our troops a little bit forward. So those infantry won't be available for the start of the war. We'll probably upgrade midway through the war. We'll have to be careful, of course, to not be in a position where we're about to get jumped. That would be unfortunate. We're a little high on cannons, but that's not really so bad. I might, though, just to say, let's go ahead and get another trio of infantry. Oh, it's May! Oh my god, I didn't realize time was flying quite so quickly. Be really nice if Lithuania would jump in, but they're still way too in debt and war exhausted, so they don't really want to do that. I think we're okay. How's Russia looking now that they've been fighting for a little bit? 68,000. They are out of manpower, but they have mobilized their entire army. Lithuania is still stuck over here, which is really kind of annoying. Plus, if a war does break out, these troops will be auto black flagged. So they won't be able to participate until they get home, and then they'll be able to turn around and do that. Lithuania doesn't have much in the way of manpower anyway, so I don't know if I'd want them necessarily fighting. I'm going to go ahead and declare war. So they're Tech 11. We're Tech 11, but we're about to hit Tech 12. It's fine. It's fine. So we're going to go Cleansing of Heresy, which is a great CB for us, because it gives us, like, no diplo cost or anything for taking any provinces anywhere. It's just like the most glorious thing there is. It'd be really nice if we were the papal controller, so that we could, I don't know, I guess we wouldn't be able to declare a crusade. I don't think. Maybe we could. I don't know if you can declare crusades on Christian heretics, which is what the Orthodoxes are. But we'll go ahead and do a Cleansing of Heresy anyway. Galicia, hold on, which is where? Oh, it's this guy. Who are you further allied with? Wallachia and Russia. I know it doesn't make any sense to co-belligerize these guys. They're way too far away. I'm not going to be taking any of their stuff. But it was interesting to consider. Lithuania must have been forced to release them in an earlier war. Okay, declare war. Jump in that way. We're going to split you down to a trio, which will be enough for the Olonets. You're going to go to Novgorod. And you're going to move down to, well, you're going to move here to start off with, and then probably end up in Tiver. And we'll mostly have to just keep our army together. Actually, even splitting it up this much probably doesn't make any sense. We'll go ahead and siege Olonets anyway, just because it annoys me. I don't suppose there's any way we can catch these guys. No. Now, our war goal to get a ticking war score is 80% battles. We could go and siege their ships over there, or blockade them rather, but I think I'll leave that off. Maybe we won't start with Novgorod. Anyway, I'll move you there. I'll move you here. We'll keep them a little bit close together. So I don't have a huge army, and Russia's got a lot of army, but they're a bit distracted. We really do want to get our next level of tech, though. I think we'll be able to get it before our first battle, but it is going to be a little bit awkward because we're doing it in their territory. Not going to lie. Do I have a spare leader? I do, with siege bonus. So let's do that. So next month. So July 1st, we'll be able to upgrade things. You know what? Let's do a swap. We'll move the siege guy in there. We'll leave the cannons behind for maximum siege potential, and then do that. Okay. Case of emergency, I could take out a bunch of loans to mercenary up really, really, really fast. Come on, July 1st. Okay, still not at risk of being jumped on, so I'm going to go ahead and grab the Spanish square. More military tactics is beautiful. Really, really important level. Also unlocks 2 new types of infantry. Better infantry is really good. I'm going to call it all about similar-ish. They have the same number of dots. And offense versus defense makes no difference whatsoever, because you do both phases of battle, no matter if you're the actual attacker or the defender. Got 6 cannons, which is just enough to get the +3. That's very nice. And 8 over here for the +4. Very, very good. Move these troops over here. Looks like we're actually going to complete some sieges relatively quickly. And then we'll move down a tick and go to Moscow. We'll be sieging Moscow right in winter. But I don't think there's really a way to avoid not being there in winter. What I could end up doing, though, depending on their fort level, it's only fort level 2. So 10 cannons, plus I can have my siege leader over there for maximum bonuses, which would be pretty nice. Still sieging that. Just for convenience. I could have declared Olonets as a war score. I think, actually, I might not have a claim on it anymore. No. I had a claim on it at some point. But I could have declared this as a war goal. So therefore, I could get ticking war score for taking this quite early. Although that would also mean that I would get a call for peace very, very quickly. So we're going to keep our troops in this sort of structure over here so they can quickly reinforce each other. If Russia shows up with all of their troops, I'll have a bad time. But again, they are in another war. Like so, what is all the stripey? Oh, this is their claims. But they are in a war against Kazan. Not that Kazan is particularly threatening. You are moving on Yaroslav. Now, I don't have a lot of infantry over there. But I'm going to definitely make sure you engage me. So, on the 15th, we'll move the rest of our army in. You go ahead and move over here. And one more tick. There we go. So now the AI is committed. So we'll queue you that way. We'll do that. I want to keep the siege ticking because we've made some progress. So I'm going to detach and then move. Means not bringing in all of my troops, but I think it's going to be okay. So if we look, we have higher morale. We have a lot more discipline. We have a lot more tactics. We don't have much of a front line here. And they're getting around and actually attacking our cannons directly, which is bad. But there we go. Still, it might have convinced them to come in, the fact that we had such a weird structure. We can get our next level of admin, which I'm going to take. Even though, ideally, I'm going to want some admin points to core, the +10 production efficiency will be quite nice. I suspect we will have our enough admin points by the time this war ends. I think it's going to be a long war, which is another reason that it's a little bit derpy with the amount of actual manpower we've got. But, whatever. So, I don't think chasing makes any sense. I'm going to split this in half. Move you down here, because that'll leave 6 cannons here to finish the siege. I'm going to take 1 cavalry, bring him back to friendly territory, because cavalry moves quite quickly. I'm going to pick up my other leader, since I don't actually have my my siege leader anymore, because I merged my stack together. I'm going to take this guy out of Olonets. It sucks that we're going to be breaking that siege, but I don't want a little group over there to give up some war score and to delay our ticking war goal either. So I'm going to take you and bring you down to... actually, we'll go to Tiber. We'll go to Tver with everyone. Actually, let's take that route. It's slightly safer. So we are in Russian territory. We're in foreign territory in the middle of winter, which might be a little bit bad. We'll go ahead and consolidate that. Not that there's any consolidating to do. And we're going to wait. They might decide to attack me over here. I suspect they're not quite big enough to do that. But we'll see how it goes. And then as soon as the siege ends, we're going to move this group down to Moscow. Or Moscow. Or Moskva. However you like. They could potentially jump on us over here. The 29th, they might make the jump into Torzhok. That would be unpleasant. Let me take the long way around. It's going to seem ridiculous. Now, they might jump me in Tiver, but that would be okay. We'd be able to reinforce pretty effectively. In fact, that's what they're going to do. And what do we have here? We have a decent group with a leader. So, on the 15th, we'll move in. We'll bait that attack. It'll be okay. They're actually taking a chunk of attrition. Of course, so are we. Oh, now they're arriving on the 16th. I think the weather slowed them down, which might actually slow down our reinforcements as well, which kind of sucks. Okay, 15th. I'm going to move this entire group over here. I don't want to reset this siege, though, so I'll leave some troops behind. And a little bit risky, but we'll be okay. They are getting -1 force. They have no leader? And we have Niles Hard. Mr. Hard, Commander Hard. Look at, actually, we're smashing them pretty effectively as is. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. I'm going to make sure not to merge my leader armies together this time. All right, Niles Hard. We're going to move you down to Moscow right away. And then, so let me cancel that. This other army, we're going to merge it together. Then we're going to make a new army. We're going to leave, I guess we'll try to leave 8 cannons here just to finish. Actually, maybe just 6. Or 6,000 cannons. So, like that. And then we'll take the remaining cannons and move them into Moscow. Like so. Just to start that siege, get things ticking as much as possible. All right. The sooner we take their capital, the sooner they start getting some pretty serious war exhaustion. Plus, that's their biggest tax base and manpower base, so it hurts them a lot. Of course, you know, Russian winter, attrition, all that jazz. We can take out a bunch of loans from mercs if we need to. Hopefully we won't have to. No, we'll never catch that. So we're going to keep trying to keep this sort of triangle of death. As soon as Yaroslavl finishes off, we'll move them to Vladimir. So more attrition by having larger stacks over here. Of course, they still have the full defensive as well. Mostly severe winter. Now, whether we get severe winter or mild winter is random, but right now we're losing a crap ton of people to the severe winter. I'm actually going to move down here and potentially intercept. Nope, we're not going to catch any of them. All right, well, that's sad. So we're getting the +3 over here. Here we're only at +2 because we don't have enough cannons. We should have just over 4, which I guess is fine. As soon as these sieges finishes, we'll be able to assist. There we go. Ow, I just hit my hand. No, you guys heard that. So keep building some troops and moving them around. It would be nice to catch these little stacks. Let's do this. Split this in half. Leave the leader and the extra cannons. There we go. On the 24th, the 25th. Lovely. Yeah, this is not a very big army to defend whatever Russians might show up. We have suffered a lot of shrinkage. But we have pretty good war score in our favor. It's going to be tough. It's going to be a challenge. I'm not going to lie about this. Let's do that. Come down over here. You know what we're going to do? We're going to move all our artillery to Moscow. And then we'll get them to be sitting at 10. Get that as quick as possible. I'll take the increased military cost. Because I think We just teched up not that long ago. We're pretty far away from the next one. I don't know. That until the death of our current king. How old is our king? Current king is 60. That's not going to take that long. So we'll go ahead and accept the fact that our military costs will be slightly higher for a little while. It probably won't be relevant. What's more relevant is the fact that we have no manpower. And we don't really have vassals that can help, which is too bad. All right. Do we have a 80%? Yeah, we've got 100%, so it's taking up. After we take the capital, what I might do is, well, apparently right now we just got to wait until our manpower ticks up here. We could merge some of these groups up. After we take the capital, we might just go and sit in a friendly territory so that we don't suffer any attrition anymore. Which might not be a terrible idea. In fact, maybe I should move the others into friendly territory. Now, I think occupied territory, I think we still get the attrition from full defensive. In fact, I'm positive that we do. So it sucks it's a little far from Moscow. On the other hand, no, they're not that far away if we just hang out over here. In fact, hold on. Oh, did it really reset the siege tick? Didn't even really move. God damn it. No, I was going to say, let's go ahead and take care of this little 2-stack. And this one here. You know, we're going to move right away. It's fine. Does leave this army a little bit vulnerable. But hopefully we'll be okay. And yeah, if we can keep squishing these little stacks when we get a chance and reduce our own attrition, that'll be nice. They don't have much of an army over here. They're off fighting their other war. If ever they end that other war, we'll be in somewhat worse shape, obviously. We don't want them to finish that siege, actually. Can we get there on time? I wonder. Loan is coming due. We'll probably have to just extend that. How's our inflation? Okay, not enough to remove or to reduce. War exhaustion, same thing over here. This may have been an ill-advised war. The only question is, how much are we going to be able to take or not take? So they're at 2 war exhaustion. Enthusiasm still relatively high. And have good strength of alliances and all that jazz. But that'll change a little bit once we take their capital. Smash. Smash. There we go. And again, we've got the ticking war score in our favor. Good stuff. Pull back. And between the fact that we have a lot of cannons and we have a guy with 1 siege pip, we can actually do some sieges pretty quickly. We could also try to assault. I don't think I want to do that because I think that would ultimately lead in a higher cost. Maybe not, though. Maybe what we do is we try to siege down the walls, and then once winter hits, we actually just assault. There's a center of Reformation in London, which is spreading the Reformation. That is annoying. And because of the modifier, the religious zeal, I can't flip them back right away. That is unfortunate, but we'll just deal with it. So our religious unity, still pretty high. Still very, very high. It's because of our tolerance. Is it tolerance of the true faith? Oh, we have humanist ideas. That's right. Derp derp. Okay. Which is actually working out really well for us because we really don't have to worry about increasing local autonomy just because the nationalism is so short. All right, so we've got this army in a nice safe place. This one's in a little bit of a risky place, although if they do decide to attack us, I don't think they will because it's unlikely they'll have an army organized that's big enough. But we could reinforce, and we could do pretty well. We've got pretty good stats on them. It's not so bad. We're mostly reinforced. We have no manpower left. I guess we'll keep the discipline guy, but if we had a increased manpower limit person, it might be worthwhile doing. War exhaustion? I'll go ahead and reduce it now while I'm watching. Even though I'm overpaying. There's an extra 0.05. But I want to keep my my over-exhaustion as low as possible. Well, we don't have that much revolt risk. It might not have been a big deal. Okay, we've got their capital. Lovely. This is still my siege guy. He's still got a stack of artillery big enough. Actually, slightly too much. So I'm going to go ahead and break off like that. And I'm going to move them into here. I'm going to keep it just a stack of 10, just to get the maximum siege bonus. We're just going to siege one thing at a time. And in fact, the other thing I can do at this point is, especially since we were just entered winter, is go ahead and remove everyone who's not an artillery. It makes them slightly vulnerable to a sortie, but it will dramatically lower the attrition that we're suffering. They might decide to attack us. So we just need 1 tick of reinforcements over here to get our +5 bonus again. I don't suppose we can catch these guys. We can. Hello? Why the hell did you move up here? That was foolish. We have a high maneuver person, which should, I think, is assisting us in catching them faster. Boom. 2 free war score. And yeah, we'll still get the attrition from fully defensive. They just have, like, a defensive setup. Even in an occupied province, they're still fighting our troops enough that we get full attrition all the time. Yeah, okay. Come in here. I mean, we'll move. If we were to stop, they would stop. But if I bounce out, wait until the 14th, and then pop back in, I will probably be able to catch them. 26th, 24th. Yeah, we have high maneuver. We can do this all day long. I'm pretty sure maneuver is what's allowing us to do this nonsense. Yeah, we don't really have any manpower. But Russia doesn't have any manpower either, right? We know that. They had a lot of active army. Well, they're down to 37,000, but they also have no manpower. We've got the positive ticking war score. We've got their capital. Like, we've got this too. We've got 19 more just from winning these little skirmishes. We can have 19 more. Plus, we get a little bit of war score for actually winning the battle itself, especially if we stack wipe them. And they're small enough that that seems to be happening, so we get slightly bonus. I mean, it's not even a full war score tick, but it adds up. We've got 6.4 from winning battles, plus the, wait. Okay, no, we've got more than that. We've got, like, 15-ish, a little more than that, from actually winning the battles. And because we have 80% of the battles won, or 80% or more, because of that, we have an additional 6.4. Are you going to catch me? No. If I were to stop, you almost certainly wouldn't continue to come. We might want to take that fight, though. In fact, I'm pretty sure we do. I'm convinced that we do. When are you going to arrive? On the 27th. So we will be slightly outgunned for a while, fighting on plains, and they actually have a decent ruler. That is a lot. Actually, they're probably coming for my cannons. If we move in here, are we going to be attrition? Not quite, and even at winter, which is pretty good news. I think what I'll do is I'll leave a tiny bit of troops behind. Okay, I won't move in right away. I'm going to see where they want to go. Okay, they are going to bounce back. We could catch them. We're going to be fighting basically even numbers to start off with. We only have 2,000 cannons. We have more cannons. We're going to cross a river, but we have maneuver. They don't have maneuver. They do have an excellent general. No, you know what? There's no time pressure on me. I'm not being pressured to actually fight a big battle. I'll keep taking the easy hits. Other than that, I'm the one sitting here with the ticking war score, and the one who's taking territory away from them. I'll go and grab Novgorod. Yeah, I've got to grab Olonets at some point. You know what? This group over here. Let's go ahead and do that. Are they going to keep bouncing back and forth? Maybe. But now that I've got a stack of 20 ready to go, now we'll take that engagement. I didn't like the fact that we'd be fighting like 12 against 11 for at least a couple of weeks, probably. But this... Let's move in there, and you know what we're going to do? Before the battle is engaged, we're going to put a cut in this video. Thank you very much for watching. Next time, we'll continue destruction of Russia. See you, folks. Bye-bye.